Deloitte Consulting in Orange County for almost 2 years, where she had the opportunity to develop programs in JavaScript, C++, and various other software programming languages. Miss Astha is seen on the big screen as an actress in 2 hit films, Chandrahas and Pelin Kuthlo, both in Tollywood, released around 2007. Wait a minute, this is not the end yet. Yeah, she is a very known personality who has been a Kathak dancer for over 14 years. For over 14 years, and she has her own dance company where she mentors young artists and takes them to the global level to perform. Not only this, after she completed her training with her 2 gurus from Lucknow Gharana and the Jaipur Gharana, she started performing on an international level. Now, she has covered various locations in India in several cities for their festivals promoting culture. Now, she performed at the Hampi Music Festival, the Delhi International Arts Festival, and many more. She also worked for the Ministry of Culture of India at the Kathak Kendra in New Delhi. Now, this is not only she adapted her dance to complement the style of Sufi singing, and she performed various unique styles in not only India but across all over the world. Now, she also performed at Jashn-e-Khusro, the World Sufi Festival. She also performed at Kuwait's Opera, the Royal Opera at Oman, and many other places. Astha has led her team of musicians and dancers to an international level of India. The musicians and dancers of India to an international level at Baltic International Culture in 2016. Now, I would like to call upon Miss Astha Dixit. So everyone, put your hands together and make some noise for Miss Astha Dixit. And to add up, she has also made her own music production named In Search of Love, where she took them to perform at various multiple occasions and festivals all across the India. Is having a surprise for you all. Are you excited? Is everyone excited? Yes. Yeah, so just hold on, have patience, hold your breath to now witness the performance by Miss Astha Dixit. Everyone put your hands together.
Have you kissed anyone passionately before? Have you? Now, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand so everyone can see whether you've kissed or not. But my point of asking you this is so I can find out if you understand the emotions behind a passionate action. An action where you put your heart, mind, body, soul into expressing utmost affection and doing something from the bottom of your heart. Hello everyone, I'm Astha, and I am a performing artist in the Indian classical dance of Kathak. After having performed in international festivals in various parts of the world and in mainstream Tollywood cinema movies, I'm here to talk about the subject of passion. Passion, although it's an emotional action, may not necessarily be about romance. It drives some of us to fulfill our ambitions. It drives us, some of us, to accomplish very astounding, reality-changing achievements. I will be talking about that passion, one which you may or may not have realized, one which might be lying dormant in you, waiting to emerge, to take you to new heights. My passion is dancing, as a classical dance, of Kathak, and I spent years training with various teachers to perfect my art form so I can present it on a world stage. I've performed in over 140 shows in 15 countries, including at the National Performing Arts Center in Beijing, Opera House, China, 6 countries in the Middle East, including Royal Opera House in Oman, in the United States, and at highly coveted dance festivals in India. When I'm on the stage, I love the excitement that occurs on stage, the bright lights that shine upon you, when thousands of eyes are watching your every movement. Dancing is a form of public speaking, one without spoken word, but which includes fluidic action and movement and expressions. And dancing is like a mime artist trying to connect with a rather large audience so that everyone understands your feelings. I use an intrinsic sign language called mudras. Maybe some of you have heard of it. To tell a story. It's an ancient storytelling art form. And when I use my mudras, I'm telling a story through dance. So although I've spent nearly 15 or 16 years performing at festivals and in mainstream cinema as an actress in 2 movies, I was raised from an early age in Los Angeles, California, where I went to school. I lived a lovely teenage life and graduated from one of the top universities in the US, UCLA, as a computer software engineer. After having worked at Deloitte, I left my job, Deloitte is one of the big 5 consulting firms. I left my job and moved to India to pursue classical dance. Now, why would someone raised in LA, graduating from UCLA as a software engineer, working at Deloitte Consulting, leave all that behind to come to India? Many people dream to go to the US and study from top universities and graduate from universities and work in high-profile jobs in corporate America. While as I chose to leave all that behind, to pursue my passion, to discover myself through my passion, I took a leap of faith for my calling in the world of dance and performing arts. In the beginning, I had a lot of butterflies in the stomach, but my training and preparation helped me to come through. All this because I am passionate about performing, and I am passionate about doing everything right and shining in my own art form. So my decision to pursue my dance does not disclose everything that I had to go through. But after every show, the thunderous applause and the standing ovations made me realize that my perseverance is being noticed. And I am respected and recognized at every show, every event. And I know I have touched countless of hearts through my performances and storytelling art form. So when I speak of the challenges and as a dancer that I've faced and having to adjust to a new environment amongst the dancers in India, just put yourself in my shoes and what I had to go through. As I was relentlessly dancing and relentlessly practicing with other dance artists that hardly understood my background. So I'm not talking about the pain of necessarily carrying the 7 pounds or 3 kilos of kumrus on the ankles. The kumrus, which are bronze jingle bells, many times hundreds of them tied to the feet. They make a really pretty sound, which you heard. But what you don't know is that you can get ankle weights online, which will tell you how these jingle bells feel. Makes me feel like I was seriously doing some weight training all these years. And I have come to admire ancient India for discovering these musical ankle weights. So I had to also learn, by the way, 3 different dialects that are poetically used in our dances, like Urdu, Hindi, and Braj Bhasha. And these dialects are commonly woven into our dances. And I know what you all are waiting for. So I am now going to present a short adaptation from Eh Husn Hakiki, Noor Azal. The song is an original soundtrack from my musical thematic production. And I've always wanted to present it on TEDx. And I'm here today. It's written by a famous Sufi poet and talks about his praise of the Almighty Creator in praise of his creations. So if you have the music, we can start it. you noticed things flying off? That is a symbol of passion. And often I have been told, let me declare here on TEDx, that you are so passionate you don't even realize things are flying off on stage. So, and I'm sure all of you, some of you might be excited to see my performances after this. So, but we know the theme, pain to power, and I actually have some points about passion that I want to make. So if we can skip forward in the slideshow. So now you're going to get to see some colorful pictures. So it turns out that the word passion has its root in the Latin word passio. Passio refers to the sacrificial suffering of martyrs who were so passionately following their beliefs, the believers, that even when they were prosecuted by the ruling emperors, they were willing to endure or to suffer the torture and face the consequences, even to the extent of losing their lives. So that is how the word passion came about. And let me tell you that even the word passion has another root word in the word pati. So some of you are already laughing because, okay, so does passion or suffering have anything to do with pati? But it turns out that all three do have a common root in Sanskrit, so I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand and tell me if that's you or not. But anyhow, so that's me, you know, at various tombs, heritage locations in India, at coveted festivals, and it's always quite bright and colorful, as you can see. So I want to ask you, do you have such a burning desire or passion in you for something? A conviction, or what is called as grit, to take up challenging tasks even in the face of adversities. Do you have that grit? Because when you have grit and passion and perseverance, you're willing to set goals and follow through. And that is despite of the challenges that are in front of you, which shows the true strength of your character. So that is a passion we are talking about here. Those are the ankle weights that you can get to see how that feels. So let me take you now into a few things about passion, 5 elements, and we'll eventually get to that slide here. The first one is that it starts when somebody or something inspires you to do something or to change something about reality. Someone may inspire you to do something or tell you to do something. I was inspired when I watched Bollywood movies and I watched dancers perform. So passion starts with inspiration. And you know, inspiration is like one of these things that it's what you think about all day. When you wake up in the morning, it's what you think about. When you go to sleep at night, it's what you think about. And all between the day, it's what you're thinking all day. That's how inspiration starts. So now I'm going to talk about how initiative plays a part. So people with passion are ready to take initiative to do something about their life. Without taking that first step, you're going nowhere, right? It's like sitting in a car and not starting the engine. So passion exists in you. You got to take the initiative, the risks, and that leap of faith. As I talked about, I took the initiative to move from a highly comfortable life in the corporate sector and come to India, where my future was very uncertain. The third point that I have is that when you feel passionate about something, that gives you focus. We saw how dance requires focus, the training, the skills. And you know, passionate people consider that training and mastering their skills is a part of the journey. They're focused to perfecting their training and to enjoying the journey along the way. So I was trained in classical dance under well-known dance maestros, also respected as dance gurus. And I spent relentless hours dancing, driving 2 hours for my dance lessons, and performing in cities with painful circumstances, and even rehearsing 16 to 17 hours a day. So focus and drive go hand in hand. Oh, looks like I'm sleeping on stage there. But that's just a part of the act. Don't worry, I'm not napping on the stage. But drive is an important element, because have you seen people that are driven? What drives them? And how do they get there? Yeah, we can keep going ahead. Keep going ahead. Drive is an important element. And when you are driven by your passion, it's like you are motivation in action, and you're unstoppable. And you take the initiative, you take inspiration, and you charge ahead with focus. So these are the elements of passion that I wanted to discuss today, coming to my main point, which is pain to power. How does passion help us overcome our pain? So, when you follow your passion, it gives you the power and endurance to overcome our difficulties, turning pain to power, and the strength to get through hard times and setbacks, and the strength to overcome our fears, and to ignore what other people think of us, and to set goals, and to follow through and make sacrifices in pursuit of our dreams. So, you all know of Steve Jobs and his passion to innovate the computer universe with devices such as the iPhone. With these smartphones, now we can stay in touch with our friends worldwide using just our fingertips. Steve Jobs' passion had the power to transform everyone's lives and to change reality. And using these smartphones, that has changed the way that we see, hear, and experience the world. Now tell me one thing. What is your passion? Write it on a piece of paper or a note card and put it in your pocket next to Steve Jobs' passion. And now ask yourself, which one is better? Which one is best? And which one would you dwell on each day, each night, day after day, constantly, the way I dwelled in my passion? Like I said, passion is the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning. It's the last thing you think of when you go to sleep, and it's what you think about all day. And that means that's what drives you. That is what motivates you. So this is a moment. Discover your passion. Passion lies in each one of us. And when you choose something, follow through with it. Because there is an element of pain, ladies and gentlemen, when you push boundaries to constantly become a better version of you. So allow you to experience pain and transform yourself to a higher purpose. You all know that I have broken barriers, and if I didn't have the passion, I wouldn't have put in these hours to practice. So passion exists in us. So can we embrace that passion? Can we kiss that passion and bring it alive? Can we drive forward with our passion relentlessly and take that leap of faith like I did? Because once you do, there's no turning back. Thank you.